Aloha. Uh, Today, I wanted to go over. First off, this is this book. There's the box again. I was gonna go over they call it Earth book or Oceans book or both of them. Same kind of deal, but there was too many questionable um, pictures in there that were just not cool. With I'd feel like get distracted trying to explain each picture in there and what is being said. But animals are cool. Bears, like the rainforest, that was a good one. um, it's cool. So yeah, today's topic I wanted to go over and start. I haven't really gone into what exactly or where it's gonna go, just relating to the last video and decoding the matrix of the self. So how um, how decoding the or understanding the matrix on the exterior is the same story of understanding the matrix of the self. And the more we understand ourselves, the more we can understand what it is that we are experiencing. So this is the decoding of the self, and to start off, so I can kind of anchor a space to always link back to. Since I've become aware of this this space, I can't really see that glare like that. If it's okay. Yeah, the awareness, just becoming aware of the something else's. Yeah, just becoming aware of the, hey, wait a second, there's something else out here. I'm not what, TRL is saying, it's the top 10 and all this other stuff. I was like thinking back in like 2001, TRL was all coming out, how that whole program was out there and we were listening to like songs like, or still, first of all, seeing a top 10 list of anything on MTV. I guess that was kind of like the decline of MTV at the same time. But it's all a big program anyway, from when it began till, yeah, looking at the Thriller video of Michael Jackson and what he was thinking about, how he reacted with the whole MTV world and that whole thing. See, a lot of the a lot of the information that I relate to is coming straight from like the speeches. So like the speeches of Malcolm X, the speeches of Martin Luther King, the speeches, the actual words that the people said, like the interviews, and just listening to the human beings and feeling for yourself what these individuals are experiencing, and not really paying too much focus on what other people are seeing something as, like the TRLs of the musical harmonies of the galaxy. Like, who are you to say what a top 10 is? And how are you telling me this is what my top 10 is and all this other stuff? Not saying that anything could be completely open to all whatever. Is it the fact that space exists like that is the main point. Is like, why am I thinking back, like, to sit in a moment and like remember 2001, 2002, and think about music and hear songs like with arms wide open from Creed and Puddle of Mud and Limp Bizkit Uh, what else is on TRL? Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and 98 Degrees and yeah, like when you saw Lenny Kravitz come out with anything, man, it was like, whoa, that's cool. But so yeah, it's the layers, the thickness of separation, the layers of the depths of these stories that we are being told, like the layers of conditioning that we are subject to on a regular basis. Like when you even go to the supermarket, your children, when we have our kids go through the cash registers or through the checkout lines, you see the magazine stands. They're all designed to be a magnet for a child's eyes. So you have them spaced out with candy and magazines, Hollywood. So this is psychological programming right in our faces every day. These are the buildings, these are the structures that keep getting built. And I forgot that's what I wanted to talk about. Also was a big part of the Matrix and the and going back to the undoing process, the release process, the letting go is equally as important as understanding, because letting go is understanding. When you understand something or understand something and overstand something, you're simultaneously letting go of something that was there to hold that space. So the more things, the more ideas, the more extra realities, the TRL versions of the consciousness, the extra stuff, the hotels of the land. Like this is another thing. Things keep getting built. Things are being built to cause distraction. Like we're addicted to an idea called jobs, and it's like it's the distractive precursor to the conditioning of fiat currency and money, and how that relates to your relationship with resources on the planet and as a human, and resources period. There's an order of things that are human, and then there's an order of things that have been invented, like TRL universe and the universe system itself, the university system itself, and the picture books that we get, the ideas, the stories that we get told as what are the beyonds of the planet, what are the unknowns, like who are the other people that can work on things that scientists are out there. Like, we just need explorers and adventurers. There's a whole bunch of people out there that would rather be exploring something rather than going to work at, I don't know, Hot Topic or Vans, whatever these little places are. There's so many stores being built, so many stores everywhere, and hotels, and just extra things are being built. So these ideas are being built in our mind. There's structures being built around our hearts, like shells, artificial shells that are being caked on layer after layer with each moment that passes. We allow these things to continue to sit in the forefronts of our moments, in the forefronts of our reality, and say, these are important. This is what our focus needs to be on. This is what um, what we consider to be change. All these big questions that get hand delivered to us by people with ulterior motives and intent. Yeah, the the flyers of the night who have agendas for themselves. So, what is yeah, Batman and Superman. Oh yeah, the movies. See all these movies that are coming out. These are part of the code. So decoding even the movies that come out, just like the TV show realities that get put out there, and people download these ideas of the self and install it as who they are, or some kind of identity, or whatever it is. Even the fact that the Big Bang show exists. The Big Bang. Like, they run you through that whole spiel in the beginning of the show. The whole universe. That's a whole program. It is that Big Bang show. Yeah, watch that and listen to the subconscious. Like, when I say watch that, I don't mean go out and watch that. I'd rather people not watch that stuff, because I don't really watch it. It's just every now and again I'll go and get another perspective from just the surroundings and see what's out there, because there's magic in those spaces that the intent gets out there, and you can understand where rivers are being angled, where they're pushing this water, where they're pushing this information, where where all this stuff is really going. There's a lot of bats in this section. Yeah, a lot of different styles of bats out there. And so it's all magic. It's all part of, it all has an energy code, so an energetic code. So breaking down the code of the self, letting go of extra codes that have been put out through like television and music. And what are all these things saying? What are all these codes? Do they really matter? Do they really, what are the ancient codes that have been put here? What are the ancient codes that have been like listening to the codes that are out there, coming from the indigenous people of the planet who have connected with the planet, not destroyed from whatever. But that's what we're undoing right now. We're letting go of that which destroys to feed itself, and understanding the connection between everybody and the resources that we have as a people and a planet, and understanding how to move all of this around with some kind of harmony and peacefully, not with all this war. So everything is based on war, with all the money and the oil and the sucking of the blood of the planet. And we just let these things happen because we just don't really know how intertwined everything is, because it's so intertwined within our own versions of who we think we are, within our own identities, in our own families, in histories. All these histories, but no our stories. We're not talking about. Our perspectives have been limited. Our perspectives have been skewed by magic, manipulation, illusion, and self-destructive natures that have been reinforced psychologically, and everything else. And everything else is not just psychological; it's everywhere we see that it's a divide and conquer war mentality that gets installed into the family, into the individual, where we start to hate that's where you start to hate yourself, and then you reflect that hate on other people. It's all like very coded down to, it's a fine-tuned code, just like your genetic code, and it goes into that too. Like people who make themselves sick by thinking of stuff, like we do that, and we can heal ourselves at the same time. So there's all kinds of other, this coding. I guess I gotta do another video again. So I'll finish this one, but until next time, peace, love, and harmony. See you next time.